Good morning. Quadcopter 101 here with my WL Toys HT F801 quadcopter. If you noticed, I haven't been flying this that much recently, and the reason being is I had a bad motor. One of my motors went bad after all that flying I had been doing with this, and it rightfully had a right to go bad because I really have been rough on this quadcopter. But HT does not have replacement motors available for this quadcopter yet. It's still kind of a new quadcopter, and I have not been able to find any stock HT motors for this. But with that in mind, I opened this up and removed the stock motor that's in there, and noticed it's more or less the same as the motor on my WL Toys V212, V222, V959. And luckily, I have an old V959 quadcopter that I really don't fly anymore. I use for parts nowadays. So I removed one of the motors from my V959 and installed it. It wasn't that hard. All I did was spliced it in the place of the previous motor. It did require removing the pinion from the old motor and putting it onto and swapping the pinion gears from between the two motors. Really, that's not hard to do either. I'll give you some details later on in the description below of the video. But let's go for a flight. I wanted to give it, this will be its first test flight with the new motor. I did a hover test flight in the house just to make sure it works, but let's see if we can still do acrobatics with this quadcopter with a V959 motor in there. So, hope you enjoy the flight. Okay, quadcopter's bound. Hope you enjoy the flight. Okay, how do I go to advanced? Well, that's the flip button. Okay, it's flying. Okay, that's beginner. Okay, I'm an expert. So let's fly around and try some flips and things like that. First off, let's try the funnels. Funneling good. How are you doing? You funneling good? He's funneling good. I like the F801. It's a nice maneuverable little quadcopter. Oh yeah. Good as new. With a WL Toys motor in it. Great yaw rate on this thing, by the way. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Flew into the sun. By the way, don't fly into the sun, folks. I hear a helicopter coming by. But that's okay. I'm not flying high anyways. Actually, he looks like he might be heading this way. If he does, I'm going to land, folks. If he gets close, I'm just going to land for a second here till he goes by. Yeah, he's coming directly for us. Can you see him over there? We're going to land temporarily until he comes by. And I'll keep on flying until he gets closer. Beautiful day out here, and he's enjoying the day too. Okay, let's land this for a second, folks. And I'm going to disconnect the battery for a second. He's flying low and fast. What is that? Well, I can hear him a mile away, so it's got to be an AH1. Yep. Hello there. That's a Marine AH1. They love to fly low and fast. Well, that's not very fast, but notice he's well below 400 feet. And he's going over houses. What's up with that, huh? Those are houses over there. Okay, let's get back to flying. Okay, that Cobra is gone. I don't know what the deal is. We're about 5 miles away from the local airport there, where he would be flying from. That's China Lake over there. But I don't know why those H1s, I see them do that all the time too. They fly low and fast over houses. So you got to be careful. If you hear them, it's best to land. Even though there's a 400-foot rule and I was well under 400 feet. Actually, I'm well under 50 feet or well under 30 feet. I'm just doing simple flying here. Well, it's flying great with this WL Toys motor. Again, for those of you who have your motors fail, just find a motor that's about the same diameter, same length. I'm sure all these companies use the same motors. They don't produce special motors for these, is what I'm trying to say. They just use stock motors. If it fits, it'll work. As you can see here. Great quad, the F801, by the way. I guess you all know that by now. Most of the people who have gotten one of these have realized that this is a great quad. Fun quad, especially for the price. I like the one without a camera. You don't really need the camera. The camera is and you can throw an 808 on this very easily. It's more than enough power to carry an 808. Okay, I think that's a good enough test of this aircraft. Let's bring it in for a landing. You notice how I've colored this thing. I used a black Sharpie to color the front props, and I also used a blue Sharpie to color the forward pylon there. For those of you that need color to help you maintain orientation. Not hard to do. Here I want to get some pretty shots for the thumbnail. So I'm just doing a few flybys here with the mountains in the background. Okay, Quadcopter 101, this is the end of the flight. I hope you enjoyed it. HT F801.